on, Colin, bring your 20 pages over. I've been nominated to go first, and I don't have any paper. I feel like anyone hasn't got. I will keep this quick, hopefully, and I'll try and not make it sound too much like an Academy Award acceptance speech. That's okay, you brought it out. Has been taped. Thanks to everyone for coming along tonight. We really appreciate everyone who has come. It means a lot to Jodie and me that you're all here. The fact that you have made it here on the right day, the right time, the right place is no small miracle, since I was involved in partly creating the invitations. And my art and craft skill is limited, to say the best. So we're glad that you're here, and it means certainly a lot to Jodie and me. Jodes and my family as well, we really appreciate everything you've been to us, and it's great that you're here and have done everything for us. Our parents obviously mean a lot to us, and we thank them for all they've helped us with and helped with tonight. It means a lot. And to Jodie's parents who've interrupted their trip around Australia to fly back from Darwin for this night as well. It means a lot. Jodie.
Over to me.
No. I could say something in 5 words when I could use 50. Which has been pointed out to me from time to time. Part 2. No.
Part 20.
Yeah. Jodes, thanks for saying yes. Actually, more to the point, thanks for saying, are you sure? It's amazing how much pressure it takes off when you can say, actually, I'll get back to you. And then you see a little of, you think, yes, I'm sure. So, thank you for saying yes. I can't begin to say to people how much Jodie means to me and how excited and thrilled I am to be able to stand here, and somewhat surreal it feels to be here with Jodie tonight. She's an amazing person. She's meant so much to me in the 2 and a bit years that we've known each other, and we, from the days when we were working at REA together, when no one knew that we were a couple, except for the 400 people that worked there. We were so depressed when we realised that people actually knew. We're so together. But you're an amazing person. Your family has been incredibly welcoming to me, and they're all...
Incredibly welcoming to me, and they're all...
I've written a little bit of a speech here, and I'm a little bit nervous. But I guess, firstly, I really wanted to say thanks for coming. It does mean a lot to us, as Rich said, and it's very nice to have everyone here that is special to us and part of the night. And particularly, I guess, thanks to both our parents for being so generous with tonight, and also Rich's family for making me so welcome to be a part of the family. It's been a very nice time, and I'm very excited about the future. So I decided to do something a little bit different, and I decided to make it a little different, as I say. So you'll have to bear with me. Those who know me well know I'm a little bit of a jag. And alright, so I'm going to give this a go. I've got a bit of a croaky voice, so please bear with me. My poetry skills are very poor. However, it is Rich that I adore. I think that he is so funny. Even more reason for him to be my honey. It's been over 2 years since we met, and it took even longer for me to get a pet. Where is Grover? He loves to ride a bike and go for a hike, both of which I very much like. For that I did have some actions, but I was told by bridesmaid Amanda to not do the actions. Why not? I say I got one chance. Now, as you may know, he loves his Fox Sports, but not nearly as much as his Excel reports. I'll leave you with one more very average rhyme, as I fear everyone must think it's about time. There once was a boy named Rich who I did decide to hitch. My father, Peter, who most of you have met, who was gracious enough to come back for the weekend and celebrate with us, has some words, I believe.
Yep, thank you very much. First of all, Margaret, I wanted to thank everybody for coming along. It's been really great. Nice to, I've tried to get around to meet most people, but still got a few more to meet. I also want to thank Joan and Rich for a great venue. It was great here. It was really nice. And very comfortable. Well, it was about 2.5 years ago that Jo mentioned this person she worked with called Richard. Well, we kept hearing about Richard and Richard, and we suspected at the end, well, there must be a bit more than just a work colleague.
We thought they didn't know either.
And even though it was some time before Mark and I actually got to meet him, we obviously liked the sound of him, and eventually we got to meet him and we saw what Jodie saw in him. But you know, as Jodie mentioned, Richard's a bit of an Excel nerd. And
Dad, I didn't say it like that.
and I guess, you know, like knowing Rich, I think maybe he had a spreadsheet that sort of did the pros and cons about Jo. Lots of formulas and lots of text, and you know, well, we're actually finally really pleased when it happened, you know. But I mean, Grover arriving. Never mind, Rich, your turn would come soon. Anyway, Mark and I are very pleased to see two people that are totally committed to each other and obviously in love. So I want to congratulate you and
Thanks.
so good luck.
Thank you.
I believe Colin now wants to say a few words.
Well, I'm the fourth speaker. There's not much left for me to say, is there really? So in a moment I'm going to propose a toast. And so if you haven't got a glass of something with you, please go and do it.
Come back.
I will be the cheer in a moment.
How come half your
Are
family's
you trying to
gone?
get everyone?
As a former teacher, I realise that was a terrible mistake. But Look, I would just like to say, and I hope you can all hear me, I will try and project my voice so that everyone can hear. Kathy, my wife, tells me I shout too much. Anyway, so in a moment I'm going to propose this toast to Jodie and Richard. But first of all, may I say apologies from me, because with a large group it's very difficult to get round to speak to everyone. So if I haven't, like Peter said before, hopefully we'll be able to get to see everyone before the end of the night. But going back to this toast, when Richard explained that he had met this young lady called Jodie, we were very delighted, and soon Richard brought Jodie home to visit Mount Martha. And immediately, and I mean this very sincerely, on the first meeting, we felt, Kathy and I felt, that we had gained another daughter. Because Jodie just came in, everything was so easy to talk to, and she was so charming about everything. And we felt that things were going along really well, and it was only a matter, in my idea, and I think Kathy's too, it was only a matter of time before this young fellow asked a question, which he has done, as you can see, and that's why you're here. Look, I said to myself at the start of this, before I started to think about tonight, I said, the acronym KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it short and simple. And now I've broken it. Dear, oh dear, what are we going to do? Quite seriously, we have felt that the two of them are just made for each other. It has been apparent to Kathy and myself that Richard has been so happy since he's met Jodie, and I think the same with Jodie, although of course I haven't known Jodie as long. But they are just made for each other, and also I should say that we have found two great pals in Peter and Margaret, and indeed we have felt very, I much at ease with them and enjoyed their company immensely. Even to the fact that Jodie arranged Richard a couple of working bees. We have sloped away in the backyard, chopping down trees, painting walls inside.
You're welcome.
So, I mean, it all is a good feeling about the whole situation. We feel that both Peter and Margaret and Kathy and myself are on the same wavelength. We're working to the same end, which is to help in whatever way young couple here, Richard and Jodie. And it is a great pleasure for me to stand here and say these words to you at this time, and on behalf of Kathy as well. So when I thought, well, the only thing that I really need to do is to I went to see Mr. Wikipedia, and this is what they said. Like, I mean, if you're going to propose a toast, you've got to do it really well. Jodie and Richard, may you both have may you both live as long as you want, and never want as long as you live. There's one thing. Another thing, may the best of your yesterdays, this is very profound, may the best of your yesterdays be the worst of your tomorrows. But all of that really comes down to the point, I would like you to join with me in toasting the health, happiness, good fortune and happy life together to Richard and Jodie. Please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.